Hello everyone, in this video I will teach you some important points regarding lead. These important points are the group, subgroup and the class, fatal dose, fatal period, its active principles, its medical legal importance, main sign and symptoms which occur after the intake of lead, and finally its treatment. So lead is basically an irritant poison which is subclassified into metallic poisons. So it is inorganic metallic irritant poison. Fatal doses. It has many fatal doses. Like we can see its fatal dose in different forms. Like in absorbed lead, its amount is 0.5 gram. In the form of lead acetate, it is 20 gram. In the form of lead carbonate, it is 4 gram. And finally, in the form of tetraethyl lead, it is few drops, meaning that the few drops in the form of tetraethyl lead are very poisonous and prove as a fatal dose. Fatal period includes fatal period is 2 to 3 days, but this time may be uncertain depending upon the condition of the body. If a child or an very old a man has taken is exposed to lead, there is death on the spot. But if a young person, young healthy person is exposed to lead, then there is some time taken by the body to regenerate, and then the death of a patient occur after some time. Active principles include the salts of lead in many forms, like the salts of acetate in combination with lead, salts of oxide in combination with lead, salts of carbonate, chromate, tetraethyl lead, etc. Now the main sign and symptoms which occur after the exposure to lead are divided into two categories: acute poisoning and the sign and symptoms related to chronic poisoning. Acute symptoms are those symptoms which occur on the spot or after a few minutes. Acute sign and symptoms are metallic taste in the mouth, intense thirst, bloody vomiting, paroxysmal cloaky pain relieved by pressure, tender abdominal walls, there is constipation, there is feeble pulse, the patient is in the condition of drowsiness, there is muscle cramping, convulsions, peripheral neuropathy, blue black lines on the gums. And in chronic poisoning, the signs and symptoms with which the patient presents to a medical department are the facial pallor, means that there is paleness, intense paleness of the skin due to loss of blood from the body, in vomiting and diarrhea, foul breath, anemia with punctate basophilia. Now this is very important sign and symptom of chronic poisoning of lead. Anemia associated with punctate basophilia. It means that the cytoplasm of the cells show blue colored dots when seen microscopically. This picture is known as punctate basophilia. Lead lines may also be seen with naked eye on the gums and the nails. Colic and constipation may also be observed. There is paralysis of joints, mainly the wrist joint and the foot joint. So this condition is known as the wrist drop and foot drop. This is also very important clinical aspect of chronic poisoning of lead. Then there is encephalopathy, cardiorenal manifestations, meaning that it will also interfere with the normal functioning of heart and kidneys, and reproductive system manifestations. Medical legal importance is that it is used as abortifacient. It is mainly accidental exposure. It can also be used in cattle poisoning. Its treatment includes stomach wash or the gastric lavage with 1% magnesium or sodium sulfate. Remember these two things, that stomach wash must be done with magnesium sulfate or sodium sulfate. We can also give demulcents like egg white or milk. Calcium gluconate 1 gram in the form of intravenous solution can also be given. Morphine for pain can also be given, and atropine as an antidote. EDTA approximately 1 gram twice daily for 5 days in 5% glucose saline IV. Penicillin of about 1 gram daily for about 4 to 5 days by mouth or slowly given as intravenous form in the form of drip. Vitamin D may also be given about 100 milligram daily. And then there is another drug known as diazepam, which is used for controlling convulsions of the body, unnecessary convulsions which occur as a result of exposure to lead. So we give diazepam in the IV solution. We may also give 100 milligram of barbiturate intramuscularly for convulsions. Diazepam 10 milligram and barbiturates about 100 to 200 milligram for controlling this condition. If there is exposure to lead through skin, then we must have to wash the skin with kerosene if tetraethyl lead is spilled on the skin. Kerosene is used only in the condition when tetraethyl lead is the poison to which the body is exposed. These are all the important points which you must have to know for OSPE and exam. If you have any question, just comment it down. I will respond you soon. Thank you.